Hello, Mallards. It is Friday. I am on my way to Kenny's for his late birthday celebration. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of that. But today's video is not about that. Today's video is about an online immersive show I just did called En Route. And I'm going to take the drive to Kenny's and my time there to like sort of process. And when I get back really late, I'm going to talk about it and post this video. But I wanted to just start off by saying I have done a lot of interactive immersive theater, and well, I wish that the stakes had been a little bit higher in this. It was super fun, and I cannot wait to go again and try to cause maximum chaos because I live for a dark and terrible ending, and I did not get one tonight despite my best efforts. So next time I will be on the ball. There will be spoilers in this video for En Route. So if it is a show you are considering going to, and you should, please attend the show or understand that I'm going to spoil my experience with the show as I discuss it, and also discuss the finer points of how I felt about the show and the performances and how everything came together. So the first thing I'm going to say right now is there's a ticket link down there, and if you haven't been to the show and it's still running when you watch this video, which it runs until February 19th, and then they're also planning an extension, go buy a ticket, $20, $20 well spent, support those little local, not necessarily local, support those little independent performers and give them some much needed income, and also have a great time. And then once you've been to the show and experienced it firsthand, or if the run is over, I guess, and you can't experience it firsthand, come back, watch the rest of this video, and let me know in the comments what your experience was. The general premise is that you are on a spaceship that is on a journey to a new planet, which you are going to inhabit. The circumstances of your exodus from Earth are not exactly clear, so I'm not sure if you needed to leave or if you just felt like going on a trip. But the result is that you are about 2 weeks from the end of your journey when disaster strikes. An asteroid strikes the ship and damages some systems that will make it difficult for you to make it to your destination with the current power usage and capacity. And part of the ship's systems is this idea of a quorum, which wakes up a selected number of the passengers so that they can vote on the future of everybody who is on this ship. And you encounter the AI system, whose name is HOPE, which is an acronym. There are a lot of those like convenient acronyms. There's also a VOTE acronym for the system that allows you to make decisions. And HOPE is having some glitches caused by the asteroid, we assume, but is having some issues. And then you meet the 3 members of the standing crew, a viceroy, a general, and a doctor, who all have opinions on what the decision should be, like what should be done about the condition that the ship is in. And then through a series of votes that you make, you're able to explore more of the ship and more of the story, and then eventually side with the crew members to make a decision. And I'm trying to give a lot of information without being too spoilery. And you learn a lot about the individual crew members. You also learn eventually about the captain, who is weirdly not mentioned at the beginning, and everyone is kind of squirrely about. If that's not at all sus, it's very sus. The whole thing is very sus, and it's meant to be. And so then you are essentially getting with the other group of audience members, discussing things with these 3 crew members who you have a chance to talk to, watching some video logs, reading some logs, reading some other stuff, and trying to decide which of them has the best course of action. And I think that the overall premise is really cool. and I really enjoyed it. I think that the world is interesting. I did, however, feel that the stakes weren't well balanced for the individual choices that you had the option of making. So I felt that at the time that I was ready to make a decision, that I didn't feel like things had been weighted well enough that I would have made a different decision. And I think that that's a little bit of an oversight as far as the construction of this particular show goes, because there were just a couple things that they could have leaned into to make those decisions have more weight. But that being said, I think we had an interesting discussion as an audience about the different options, and I am really looking forward to going again and trying to sow chaos and get one of the quote-unquote darker choices, because I think it would be interesting to see what happens if we choose one of those darker endings. And I also have the opportunity to unlock different things, which I would be interested in doing. Like, I'd be interested in trying to unlock a couple of different aspects and options to see what other information I might gather. So I'm looking forward to trying it again. As mentioned, it is something that I would recommend, even if I didn't feel that the decisions were well balanced. I think that the world that they have built is intriguing, and there is enough to explore and enough to get interested in that you're going to have a really good time. And it's something that I would love to see grow and expand. And I think also with a little bit more of a comfort level for the performers, because I did feel tonight that there was a performer who was maybe not as comfortable with the world, wasn't as involved, and hadn't really absorbed it quite as much. And I think this is their opening. They maybe opened last weekend, I guess, but they haven't been running for very long. And I think that the level of comfort just isn't there. So with a little bit of growth, and I know that they're going to try and extend their run, I think that this could become phenomenal. And what is already phenomenal is the platform they're using. They have built their own platform that's sort of Gather-esque, if you've ever done Gather. But your little video appears above your avatar, so as you move and get closer to people, their videos go from tiny to big, which is really cool. The spatial way the audio is done is really neat. And while my video and my audio get muted when I am interacting with an interactive element, if I'm reading a log or if I'm watching a video, I am muted, but I can still hear conversation happening around me. And that's kind of cool because it allows you to multitask in a similar way that you would be able to multitask if this was an in-person immersive event. If an in-person immersive event, I find this teddy bear and I want to look at it and people are having a conversation, I can still listen to them while I'm exploring this teddy bear. And that's something that I've missed a little bit because it was a little bit harder to do in the virtual space. So I liked that element. And I also visually really liked the space station. It was fun to walk around it in sort of a video game style environment and explore different things and find different things and talk to people and have them mention something that I didn't see when I was in another room, so I can go back to it. And I really felt immersed in a fun way. And so I really liked that. And it was, in general, a great time. I am hoping that William will find a date that he can go that I can also go. But if they extend past next weekend, I'm definitely going to try and go again. So if you're interested in going to this and willing to sow absolute chaos and achieve a dark ending, let me know. We could do it together. I'll see you tomorrow.